Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. Today we are doing a little October slash summerween reading vlog. Listen, I know it's August, I know it's still summer, but I'm just so ready for autumn, okay? I'm ready to not be constantly hot. Not that the weather's actually been very good for the latter half of July slash the beginning of August. I just want to be cozy. I just want some nice autumnal reads. So I figured, why not do an October slash summerween themed reading vlog, reading books that are a little bit more autumnal themed or have some kind of spooky vibes to them, you know? So the first book we are starting off with is very aptly named Summerween. This one, I don't know anything about it. I literally just saw it, a few people talking about it on TikTok. And by that I mean, I think it was just HarperCollins being like, here's a new book, and I don't know anything about it. And then I saw it on the Kindle Unlimited store and I thought, why not? It fits the vibe. I know it's set in summer in a town that is pretty much Halloween themed. And that is all I know. I do have another couple ideas for what I could read in this video. I've got Tourist Season by Bryn Weaver, which is, I don't know when it's going to be set, but it just looks Halloweeny. So this is an option. We've got The God of the Woods. This one is more like mystery thriller, but it's set in summer, so this is like a perfect amalgamation for Summerween. And then we've also got Dark Academia we could go down. So I've got Nightshade by Autumn Woods. We could also maybe even do Catabasis. This one feels a bit like autumnal and not really spooky vibes, but it's got that Dark Academia vibe for autumn. We could maybe even do a dark romance. I have a few of those as well. So we're kicking off with Summerween. Let's just get into it. Okay, I'm coming to you live from my new reading corner. I have yet to film in this setup, but if you want to see how I've set up my room and kind of change things around, last week's video was me updating my bookshelves and the reading room and all of that. As I'm filming this currently, I'm technically not finished. There will be stuff on the walls, which you will see later on in this video because I do plan on doing that on Saturday. But as of today, it's 6 AM on Thursday and I've got a 12-hour shift ahead of me, so it's not happening today. Anyway, we are starting the first book of this video and we are starting with Summerween by Joss Wood. This is perfect for the first book of this October slash Summerween reading vlog because today it is going to be 31 degrees. It's very rare for the north to get above 30. Very rare. It's been really shit for the last few weeks. It's been rainy, it's been overcast, and all of a sudden we've got like a little 2-day heat wave coming for Thursday, Friday. Don't know what's happening here. Anyway, this one being the most summery of the books and being set in summer is the perfect start to this reading vlog simply because of the weather. So let's just get into it. I also don't know anything about this book aside from the fact it's called Summerween and that it's set in summer. I literally haven't looked at anything. I just thought as soon as I knew I wanted to do this video, this was going to be one of the books. So. Okay, I love the random junk mention. Like, clearly Joss is army and I'm here for that. So where I'm seeing we're at currently, so we've got Ren. She has returned to Solstice Springs for the summer after a bit of a weird thing happening romantically. She grew up in Solstice Springs, affectionately called H-Town by the people who live there because it's basically a Halloween town because they celebrate Halloween like all year round. They have some sort of witchy, paranormal, Halloweeny themed festival all throughout the year. and that is thanks to Ren's godmother, who is the mayor, randomly. Anyway, so yeah, Ren's come back to town. She sees a hot guy, Dane, and she's like, oh my god, he is so hot. And he is on vacation. He's just spending the summer there. He's had something's not going well with his job, okay? And so he's taking a summer to like recuperate, I guess. And she's one-off men. Yeah, there was just like a little BTS reference. I'm all for that. Okay, anyway, I've managed to read a few chapters. I do need to get to work. I'll see you in like 12 hours. It's gonna be a long day. It's gonna be a hot day. Okay, I'm back from work. I did read a tiny bit on the way to work on the bus and on my lunch break, but really not very much, so let's just get back into it. We're not very far into this, so let's try and get as much read tonight as we can. I respect Dane for making a fool of himself in front of the girl he's got a crush on for the sake of a kid. But this is a little bit insta-lusty, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm 80 pages in, and it just is a bit instant. Like, nothing's happened. They've known each other for like 2 days, but they're both like, oh yeah, I'm attracted to him. She's attracted to me, right? Like, and kind of like, I don't know. I'm like, you barely know each other, but also I'm 24% into this book and nothing's happened at the same time. It's a weird feeling of like, too much is happening, but also nothing's happened. I don't know if that makes sense. Okay, so it's actually Sunday now. It's been a few days. I am 41% through the book. I'm actually in the middle of a chapter right now. I'm on page 142. What can I tell you 140 pages in this book? I think I'm not particularly enjoying reading it. I'm not hating it, don't get me wrong. But the last few books I've read this month was the rest of the Queen's Cove series, books 2 to 4. And I was giggling eating them up. They were so easy to like binge. They were so, like, I really enjoyed each of the romances. And just the banter and the way it was written was a very enjoyable time. And then I read Riftborn, and again, for like a fantasy, it is like definitely more romantic leaning. It was just really fun and easy to read, and I literally binged that in 2 days. So my problem hasn't been reading this month. My problem is this book. Well, the last couple of days has been a bit busy and a bit weird, but this book, I'm not believing in the romance at all. The setting, I love the town. I love like the whimsy of a town that is basically built on celebrating Halloween all year round. I love the town itself. The ghosts, okay, the general pisses me off, Silas. He just needs to get over himself and stop being like, from the beyond, addicted to it. It's like actually pissing me off the way Silas is. Aside from that, the ghosts, it's a novelty, it's fun, it's an interesting extra part of the story. It's the romance, oh, like even, okay, I have read many books where there's been insta-lust, and if it's written well, it's fine. But this is written like a horny teenager. Like, I don't know, it's weird. Like, it's like a horny teenager trying to be a gentleman. That's how it's written. And it's not like, it's not fun, it's not sexy, it's just like, I don't know. I don't really believe in the romance. I barely even believe in the attraction. Like, I don't feel like the attraction is between the characters. I feel like it's just written, which makes no sense because it's words on paper. You get some romance stories where like just the chemistry feels real. Like, it feels like these characters are real, their chemistry is real, they have like something about the way it's written. Doesn't feel like it's just words on paper. And that is not how this feels. This feels like there's two characters, they've been written to like each other and to find each other physically attractive, and that's as far as it goes. Like, it's not, none of it feels real. It all just feels very formulaic. I don't know, I'm just not enjoying it. So I'm leaving for book club in about 20 minutes. I'm going to read more on the bus there in the 20 minutes I've got to wait to go. And I am going to finish the book. I'm not going to DNF it. I'd be more interested in the second book, because the second book's obviously going to be about her friend Poppy. And I'm guessing the friend Tom. I also hate how Tom is spelt with an H. Like, Thomas has an H, fair enough. But Tom is T-O-M. When it's T-H-O-M, I want to call him Thom. And maybe his name is Thom, and I'm being ignorant. But I'm fairly sure that's the next book, which is already out. And then there's going to be 4 books. There's 2 more that come out next year. I don't know, it just, yeah, I'm struggling with it, I'll be honest. So I'm gonna try and read as much of this as I can because I'm dying to get like to the next 2 books. Okay, I think I know which books I'm gonna read in this reading vlog. I had a few options, as I mentioned in the intro. I think I'm gonna go on to God of the Woods because it's like a thriller mystery set during a summer camp, as far as I'm aware. So that's like, this is a good time for it, and it's still gonna be slightly decent. Actually, we're gonna be starting the rain as of like today. So yeah, and then I think I'm gonna do Nightshade by Autumn Woods. I had really wanted to have like kept the flow going of how quick I was reading and be reading that today, because when I go to Waterstones today I could have picked up the second book, but I don't know if I like this one yet, so I'm gonna have to wait for that. But I think they're the 2 books I'm gonna read for the rest of the video, so like I'm hoping they will pick up and redeem this video, because currently it's an Augtober summerween reading vlog, and technically it's literally a summerween reading vlog, but this is just disappointing so far. Okay, I've decided to DNF summerween because frankly I was just not interested, and I didn't want to force myself to read the book that I'm not interested in. There's so little time, too many books, so I'm not gonna force myself to read a book that I'm not interested in when I could be reading something else. So I think that series is gonna go the same way the Laurie Gilmore's like Pumpkin Spice Cafe series went for me, which is just, it feels like a cash grab because it's fitting like a seasonal niche. I don't know, I just, yeah, that's how it felt. So we're not gonna continue that. So yesterday I did start The God of the Woods, and I've gotten about, I think it's about 30% through. I'm on, it's funny because the chapters aren't really chapters. Technically it's chapter 3 and then you've got your mini chapters in between. But I'm on a page 137. So this is very different to what I normally read. I've listened to quite a chunk of this so far on audiobook through Spotify. So I still have about 4 hours left. So I think I'm gonna use those 4 hours on this book. This one, it's like a mystery literary fiction type of book. It's set in a summer camp in the 70s. One of the kids of the summer camp has gone missing, but that kid is the daughter of the owner of the camp, and she's the one that's gone missing. So it's interesting. And then another kid went missing previously, so we've kind of got like a dual timeline a little bit here of before Barbara was born and that kid going missing, and then now like the now timeline in the 70s where Barbara has gone missing. So we have a lot of characters that we're following. This chapter, it looks like we're introduced to a new character, Judita, I think is how you pronounce their name. So I am intrigued, but it's written very differently to what I'm used to. Like the style of writing is just very different, and I don't know how to explain what the style of writing is, because it is just different to what I've read before. It's just in the way it's written in the prose. So listening to it, I did start to get really quite into it. So I think if I do keep listening to it, it'll help me with the flow of the story. But I am going to sit and like physically read a few chapters because I'm not going to be able to cover the whole thing with audiobooks. So I do want to kind of dip in and out a little bit. But so far nothing like creepy or scary has happened. It definitely just feels more like a mystery, but there is also a killer on the loose who's escaped from prison. So that's interesting. That's like a second storyline that I'm wondering what's going to happen there and how that's related. later in the day now. I've read about 110 pages today so far. I'm gonna go in the shower and then have an early night and get into bed and read some more of this. I have no idea what's happening. It's currently really reading very literary fiction. We're learning a lot about our characters. Louise especially at the moment, we're spending a lot of time with her. We're also jumping around in time quite a lot. So at the beginning of the chapters, they've got like dates along the top, and whichever one's in bold is the time that you're in. Because at first I was really confused. I didn't realise one was in bold, but that's how you know where you are. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4. You've got 6 periods of time that we're flitting around in the book. We're mostly, to be fair, in August 1975 or in 1961. I think that's where we're normally at, because we've got the initial missing person in, I think it was 1961, and then the current missing person in August 1975. So they're the main timelines. There is something going on in 1961 that I really want us to go back to, but I don't know when we're going to be back there, because we're currently in 1973 actually. So yeah, it's very interesting, but there's not much that's very like thriller-esque at the minute. It's just kind of like a mystery literary fiction. So I can understand why people have said this does lean very literary fiction-esque, because there's just not, it's more of like, not a murder mystery because we don't know if anyone's dead, but it is definitely more a mystery than a thriller, even though this does say literary thriller on the front. Anyway, I have no theories, I'm just kind of along for the ride. So I'm gonna probably get into bed and read more of this after I've had a shower, and then I'm hoping to finish this tomorrow and listen to a lot of the audiobook. Okay, I'm in the final 10% and we're starting to maybe get some answers. This last night, once I got into bed and read with this, I found I really was struggling to put it down, and going to bed I was just like, no, I want to keep reading. So I feel like this book has been very different to what I usually read. The writing style is very different. This book in general has been very out of my comfort zone, even though really it's just like a murder mystery lit fic book. I wouldn't call it a thriller, but I have thoroughly enjoyed it once we really got into the story. So anyway, we're gonna probably find out, well, we are gonna find out what happens in the next, I think I've only got about 40 pages, I'm in the final 10%. We're gonna finally find out what happened, and frankly, I'm excited. Well, we know what happened to Bear. Okay, I'm finished. I have such a headache that I feel like I can't see. I feel like I didn't guess, obviously, anything. I had a feeling of what had happened to Barbara, and I was right. I just, nothing, yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. I did have ideas of what had happened to Barbara, and I was right. Bear, I had no real thoughts about, but when something was mentioned, maybe like 60% in the book, it did leave a feeling in my head that I wouldn't be surprised. So there was nothing I was really surprised at, to be honest, with this book. But I'm still rating it a solid 4 stars. I was really invested. Quite a lot of the characters you get quite like invested in. Louise, Judy, Tracy, Barbara herself, like you just get quite invested in a lot of the characters. So I'm rating it a 4 stars. I did really enjoy this book, even though I didn't find it to be super surprising. And that's all I'm gonna say, because my head is pounding right now. It is just before bed. I am feeling a lot better than I did before. I did have to have like a mini nap at 7 o'clock while I waited for the paracetamol to kick in. And I really didn't feel good, but we're back, we feel better. So we're gonna go on to the next and final book of the reading vlog, which is Nightshade by Autumn Wood. I say next and final. God forbid, if I DNF this book, I will read something else, but I don't think I will. This is dark academia. I don't know why I originally thought this was fantasy, and I don't know why. I looked at it and I thought, yeah, fantasy. But no, it's dark academia. Mystery, murder, revenge. Welcome to Sorosong University. Ooh, he'd burn down the world for her, but she plans to burn his to the ground. Ophelia Winters wants revenge. Ooh. Isolated in the Scottish Highlands, Sorosong University only welcomes students from the most powerful families. Ophelia doesn't belong, but a rare scholarship grants her the perfect opportunity to investigate the accidental death of her parents near the castle grounds. Things get off to a rocky start when she runs afoul of the mysterious Alex Colbo Green. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Son of her prime suspect. As far as she's concerned, he's just a younger version of his billionaire father, a monster hiding beneath a beautiful facade. When an unknown tormentor begins to stalk Ophelia, she realizes she may not be able to survive Sorosong on her own. Alex becomes her unexpected ally and her alibi for murder, but as she starts falling for the soft heart that hides beneath his hard exterior, her hunger for revenge wavers for the first time. Okay, this sounds good. We're set in Scotland, dark academia, maybe a little bit dark romancy. Oh, it says he's her enemy, she says everything. It's giving he falls first and he falls harder. It's giving yearning. It's giving man crawling on his knees. It's giving walk him like a dog. Okay, I'm gonna read this before bed and I'm gonna get cozy and then we'll obviously continue it tomorrow. It is on Kindle Unlimited. This one is on Kindle Unlimited, which means I don't have to take the book to work with me and worry about it getting wet because it's gonna rain all week apparently. And also worry about like damaging it or whatever. So I can just read it on the Kindle app on my phone on the way to and from work and on my breaks and stuff, which would be nice. But the second book is not on Kindle Unlimited, which is really annoying. So I'm gonna have to probably go out at the weekend in order to get the next book if I want to read it straight away. Anyway, let's just get into it. Why is not the forward, but why is dedication? Do you ever feel like you're being watched? Okay. The fact that this is a dark academia set in Scotland, honestly, the fact that this week is gonna just like rain, it's gonna rain for like the next. I keep pronouncing it's like double U's. Okay, I don't have a cold anymore. I have no excuse. I just said rain. The fact it's gonna rain for the next like week. It's just cozy. It's got a bit cooler, a little bit. So, dark academia set in Scotland. It's fitting with the weather right now. So. Okay, I've only read chapter 1. We've met Alex, and I already know I'm gonna be obsessed. Their banter is so good. That was a really funny chapter. So I'm very excited to read the rest. Okay, so it is Saturday. This video needs to go up tomorrow, okay? So I need to finish editing this video and get this up. It is 2 o'clock. I have about 150 pages left, and that's including the bonus chapter that seems to be at the end. I don't think I've spoken to you at all in the 246 pages since, well, I got about 35 pages into it the other night, and obviously now I'm 200 plus pages further than that, and I haven't spoken to you, I don't think. So, obviously I read out the synopsis, so we know what was happening. We've got a stalker, we've got dead parents, we've got son, the love interest is the son of the man believed to be the reason that they're dead, and we still don't know who the stalker is. Okay, because our FMC thinks she knows who the stalker is, I'm like, it's not him, but I have no idea who it could be. I have one vague idea of who it could be, but then because of something that recently happened to her, I'm like, I don't think it is this person now. So I honestly have no idea who this could be. Yeah, we've had a little bit of like a who did this to you moment. He is, like, Alex is just fully so in it with her, and he's just like, I really feel things for her, like, I want us to be together, we could be so good together. Like, in his internal monologue, he's like, we could be so good together. Why does she fight this? What is it that I've done? Like, and in her head, she's like, I either go ahead with my plan and we can't be together, or I scrap my plan and I can be with him. And she's in such two minds at the moment of what she can do. But I have a feeling her plan would work out really well with his plan. We still don't know his plan, but we know vaguely it's got something to do with his father and the company. So I have a feeling if she just opened her mouth and said the truth, it would turn out that she could have Alex and she could have justice, because I have a feeling the two go hand in hand. So anyway, I've got a matcha, I've got my book, I've got my little candle warmer on. Let's get cozy, let's finish Nightshade. I wasn't expecting that sentence when I had a drink there. Alex has a mouth on him. Okay, out of nowhere, Alex. I'm on page 254. If you'd like to know what he said. I'm in the top third of the page. Okay, I wasn't expecting this turn of events with the stalker. Well, no. Okay. I need to, hang on a minute, I need to reread the prologue. Okay, I'd forgotten the name in the prologue, but once I learned this person's name, I probably should have put 2 and 2 together, but apparently I didn't, because I forgot the name, because it was like 200 pages before. Wait. Okay. I don't know what's going on. I have a few theories, but I don't know. There's a couple of things that don't add up together neatly for me currently, so we'll find out. Okay, I was right that their reasons are like, they can work together, you know? They're one and the same. I feel so bad for Ophelia. Like, I mean, this whole book, like, she's had such an awful time. And I love Alex. This man just loves her in the exact way she needs without her needing to tell him. His priority is his mother and his 6 sisters, who are all under the age of like 14 or something. I think, wait, maybe the oldest might be like 16. And his whole reason for existence is them. And he is their main caregiver. Like, he cares so deeply for his mum and his sisters, and they are his whole reason for everything he does. But the second he finds out Ophelia is on her own for Christmas, he's like, I will come to you, like, I will do anything, like, I don't need to spend this time with my family, even though, like, his mum, who has really bad mental health, is having a good day for once. Like, he is like, I will drop everything and I will come to you, and she's like, no. Like, she loves him so much that she's like, I want you to spend this time with your mum when she's having a good day. Like, I honestly could cry. Meanwhile, she's on her own on Christmas. And just like, yeah. I honestly am like teary thinking about her. Not that Ophelia, my love. I don't know why, one of my favourite terms of endearment is my love. I just love it. I have a theory about who ordered the hit. Because there's no other character that has been introduced that fits the bill other than this one. But I want to know why. Oh, so he's probably the stalker too. Okay. We'll see if I'm right. Okay, I was right. It hasn't been confirmed yet, but basically has. I love the way Alex put 2 and 2 together so quickly. This man, his brain. He is like one of my top book boyfriends. Listen, like the way this man, A, yearns, B, just loves in a way that is how she needs to be loved, and it's just like, it comes so easy to him. Like, she doesn't need to tell him what she needs. He just does it without her even knowing it. Like, she doesn't even know what she needs, and yet he provides for her before she even knows she needs it. Like, he's just so in tune with her, and I love him. And this is a man that like struggles with depression, but like for her, he's like I love him. That to be continued should be illegal. At least I can technically go on to the next book because it's out. I just don't own it, and it's not on Kindle Unlimited, even though this one is, which is just extra rude. Okay, this was so good. The romance was really good, the setting was really good, the background, like the mystery of who is the stalker. You know, now at the end we've got something else going on. Everything's gone to shit. We've got a new player on the board, who we didn't know was a thing, but clearly he or she, I don't know, we don't know if it's a man or a woman. They've been in the background this whole time by the looks of it. I was thinking, what is surely the second book, can it just be taking down the father? Because that's not like enough to make a full plot. But now I know why there's a second book, so. Oh, I feel so bad for Alex for how that's ended, and his family, again, dad not included. Let's wrap up this vlog. So, we started with Summerween, which was a DNF at about, I think it was 44% through it, because I just couldn't get behind the romance. It felt very formulaic and a bit heartless. Like, you don't want a romance to be heartless, you don't want a romance to feel mechanical, and that's how it felt. It just felt like it was ticking off boxes. So, because it was romance-centered, I was like, I simply cannot continue reading this if I'm not invested in the romance. So, it would have been nice, but never mind, we did DNF, Summerween. Then we went on to The God of the Woods. That one I ended up rating a 4 stars. I don't think I mentioned it because, like I said in the ending part of that book when I finished it, I had a massive headache. Like, I had to take paracetamol and just lie there with my eyes closed for a solid 30 minutes because I felt like if I moved, my head was gonna explode. Yeah, so that one I rated a 4 stars, really enjoyed it. It was very different from books I usually read, a bit more out of my comfort zone with it being more of a mystery, but I did really enjoy it and I do recommend, and it's on Kindle Unlimited if you do have that and you want to give it a go. And finally, Nightshade by Autumn Wood. I think I'm gonna say it at a 4.5. It doesn't quite have the 5-star feeling, but it's close. I think I'm gonna give it a 4.5. The vibes of this, perfect. Honestly, for this reading vlog, we went from reading Summerween where it was like 31 degrees outside, which again, rare for the north, to like Scotland from like October to January. And it's been a bit rainy, it's been colder, I've had the heating on even. It's just the vibes have kind of fit well. It's starting to feel a little bit hoa 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 outside, you know what I mean? Loved the setting, loved the characters, the side characters as well. We've got some really interesting side characters. Loved the romance. This is what I mean, where I need to feel invested. They had good banter, they had good chemistry. I actually felt like they were genuinely attracted to each other. I actually felt like he was obsessed with her, but in like a healthy way. Like he just lived for her. Do you know what I mean? And I need more Alex. I need him to be okay. So I will be picking up the second book from probably Waterstones as soon as I can, because I need to know what happens next. And yeah, that's all I'm gonna say, because there's not much I can really say. So the synopsis, I think, when I read it out, was quite good because it tells you enough about the book, but it really gives nothing away about everything else that's kind of going on. If you like, it's a I would not say it's enemies to lovers, like it kind of is, because he is the son of her enemy at the end of the day, but it's not enemies to lovers, like really. But it is like a little bit of like a dislike to love. We've got a stalker in there, we've got a mystery going on, we've got the university setting, but it's like a bit Hogwartsy, honestly, because it's like an old castle that the university's set in the middle of nowhere. So it is a bit Hogwartsy, there's creepy paintings. Yeah, it's just, it was a really good book, it was a really good time, I thoroughly enjoyed it. And that's all I have to say on that. So, if you made it this far into the video, let me know in the comments below by putting a pumpkin emoji. Why not? I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, subscribe down below if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!